What are some disadvantages of being a man? No one giving a crap about what kind of problems you're going through. Having to provide something in order to have value in society. Being disposable because there are thousands of young men around that are just like me. Having to work dangerous jobs and not being appreciated for it. Having to do more work than everybody else, and when you earn more people get mad. Being depressed most of the time but not having the time to focus and solve your psychological problems. Having to show strength 100% of the time or being considered weak and unfitted for life. Men often work longer hours, often work dirtier and more dangerous jobs. Men vastly outnumber women in combat, especially the front lines. Women are often giving positions in companies over men cause of gender quotes made by companies. Similar to diversity hires, education system is not separated or adjusted for boys, which lead to harder school life. Guys have balls which are unpleasant to get hit or fall on. Men have little to no say in pregnancy or getting custody of children. Men often get attacked by males and females, compared to women. Men usually get stuck with more bills and responsible in relationships. Can't approach women on the street or even look in a child's direction without being labeled a creep. Always having to state your intentions so people feel you aren't a threat or have some devious intent, especially in dating. Never really being cared about your entire life, and even less so when you become an adult. No real emotional support. If you just state your real wants and needs in a relationship as a man, you are entitled and misogynistic. If you aren't driving an expensive car and making great money, you are pretty much invisible to attractive women. Any trauma or assault you face will probably be laughed off or belittled, as you're supposed to be a tough man every day of your life, so nothing is allowed to hurt you or make you sad or you're weak. Maybe this is just my experience, but I feel as a society we treat men as expendable. As well as feeling that there is no one to turn to when shit hits the fan. While ladies generally have more support, women helping women, I feel as men we don't. Even the most hardcore girl power activist does have the option, if things get out of hand, to say, I'm just a woman, or if man up. Now I can't say I blame anyone for it. It's a scary and mean world. It's just disheartening to know that you're truly alone with it all and nobody cares. But that's just my experience. Hoping I don't come across as a lady basher. Vulnerability of testicles. Scientifically proven to be in more pain when we get sick. One and done with orgasms. We are never loved unconditionally. We get looked at with extreme suspicion when around children, even when they're our own. We get fucked over in most divorce cases. Every woman assumes we want to rape her and will attempt to do so at the first opportunity we get. We either end up with a social group of friends or end up as incels. Western society looks down upon men who are not 6 foot tall or have any form of pattern male baldness. Dating apps are a complete joke if you're not in the top 1% of males. If we form emotional connections with our friends, it's gay. And not in the, oh he's attracted to men way. In the, that's fucking weird bro, kind of way. Being falsely accused of wrongdoing by a woman. My life has been a nightmare during the past 2 years. Now I've been legally cleared, and the coop I live in and where the event happened have recognized all the wrongdoing of that woman. Yet, she has close to no consequences, and I am isolated like never in my life and stigmatized worse than in my craziest nightmare. I am now working to build back my life. Spend my time with my 2 teenagers that I love, and adopted a dog to be less alone when they are with their mother. Lots of them. Asterisk presumption of being a child predator being around children, including your own. Asterisk higher suicide rate that isn't talked about. Asterisk likely a riskier or more physically demanding job. Asterisk the selective service/draft, haven't used this in 50 years, but 18-year-old men still have to sign up. Asterisk stigmatization around mental health. Asterisk divorce/custody laws, meaning you will likely get destroyed in a divorce, even if you've been a model husband and your wife cheated on you. This whole thread makes me sad as a woman. Feminism has way overcorrected everything to the point where we've completely emasculated men while still blaming them for every problem in the world. So many women punish men for being toxic, and yet they friend zone the men that kowtow to the agenda because the reality is they're only sexually attracted to the so-called toxic ones. As a culture, we need more balance. We absolutely have to learn to raise our little boys to express and honor their emotions and needs and not get dismissed or punished for it while simultaneously fostering strength, competence, and confidence. Some women will hate and blame you just 'cause you're a man. Turns out, men have it easier, and women will just hate you for that. They have to work harder than us to make the same money. They have to protect themselves at all times 'cause men hurt and rape. They don't feel safe walking around alone 'cause something might happen. I've talked to some girls before talking about how a woman deserves a man to provide and do everything for them just because they're men and women shouldn't have to work. I'm not hating, but to hear a woman say she shouldn't work, do anything difficult or step out of her comfort zone and a man is to do it all is kinda ridiculous. Not all men are the same.